Hey guys, what is going on? My name is Pete on the Beat. In this video I would like to take you through a whole quad workout that I did this morning. Besides this, I would like to show you a little bit of groceries that I just bought. I just came back home from the grocery store. But before I start with the explications, as long as for the training session I'm about to show you and the foods that I would like to show you, I would like to point out that I feel like crap because I got this problem with my keyboard, the keyboard on my MacBook Pro, and I called the local Apple store, and from the service center they told me that it will take around 15 days in order to fix the problem, and this is hell of a problem in my personal opinion, because without my MacBook Pro I'm literally not able to do anything, and I really don't want to waste like 15 days of not being productive. This is like a total disaster, so I'm in the process of finding the solution, and hopefully pretty soon I'm gonna be able to find the proper solution of this problem, and I'm gonna be able to keep you guys updated. During this 15-day period, I guess I'm gonna be able to massively step up my writing game by writing some articles on my iPhone and whatnot, articles and some other stuff. And basically it's a lot deeper than that, because I'm not gonna be able to work on my music, I'm not gonna be able to work on the audio content as long as for the scratching on top of the tracks that I produce. I'm not gonna be able to work literally on anything, and most definitely I feel like shit. I ain't gonna lie about this, but I took a decision to film this video because I really wanted to share this with you guys. It really doesn't matter how many people are going to watch this video. This is not the most informational video out there. But besides the bad news, I took a decision to show you a little bit of training in order to make the whole video, I guess, more entertaining. Right now, as I'm talking this in front of the camera, it's like the actual talking and being in front of the camera and filming the actual video, it improves my mood. I don't know why. It makes the things look funny, and this is really cool, I guess. So without further ado guys, I would like to start with the first exercise. And before I start, I would like to also point out, typically I do not show you a lot of like leg training, quad training in general, and the reason for this is probably obvious to many of you. For the most part, I was not training my legs that frequently for the past like over 3 months, if I can put it like this, because my legs are one of my strongest body parts. But now I took a decision to start to train them more and more frequently for many reasons, and one of the reasons is the fact that I'll probably use more of a compound movements and whatnot, and this will definitely allow me to improve my conditioning. You probably already know the compound movements, they burn a lot more calories. This is obvious. So without further ado, the first exercise, some leg extensions, nothing too crazy, nothing too fancy. I think I did over 6 sets, like 8 sets, something like this, 12 to 15 reps. Typically I always prefer to warm up my quads with something that is more of an isolation type of movement, or a combination between two isolation movements. For example, extensions and some form of CC squats. Extensions back to back with some free weighted CC squats or some Smith CC hack, something like this. But this time I took a decision to go with extensions only. So after the extensions guys, I went to the squat rack and I performed 8 sets, 8 to 10 repetitions of front squats. Is one of my all-time favorite movements. Before like 2014, the summer of 2014, I was going ham on the squats. I was a huge fan of the squats, but I started to do less squatting, like less back squatting, for the reason that I'm really afraid of developing my glutes. I really want to not develop my glutes, if I can put it like this. So as long as for the way or the actual technique how I perform the front squats, I keep my back arched during the whole movement, as you can probably see. On the other hand, I try to go as deep as I can, and the third thing, I keep my heels on quarter plates. I hope that makes sense to you. Putting my heels on quarter plates is something that makes like huge difference in the stimulation that I'm able to get in my quadriceps. Like literally it makes everything 10 times more painful. It makes everything a lot more taxing as long as for my quads, but I believe it is a lot less taxing as long as for my joints, which in my personal opinion is hell of a benefit. And again, it allows me to target and isolate my quads a lot better, which is another hell of a benefit. So after the front squats, I did another 8 sets of back squats. You probably already know, if you're familiar with this YouTube channel, that I'm not the biggest fan of the back squats because of the reasons I've mentioned, but I took a decision to keep more of a narrow stance and follow the same principles that I follow as long as for the front squats. And believe it or not, this allowed me to get amazing stimulation in my quadriceps. I was able to almost completely isolate my quads, and I kept my heels on the same quarter plates. You can use like half plates, you can use like 45 pounds if you prefer, like 20 kilos, the full plate. It really depends on your personal preferences. So after all the squatting I did, guys, I finished the whole session with a little bit of calf training on the leg presses, like 8 sets, 12 to 15 reps of leg press calf raises. This is one of my favorite movements as long as for the calf training and all that. And this was basically the whole training. This was basically the whole workout. So right now, guys, I would like to show you a little bit of groceries that I just bought. I bought this beef. I hope it is a grass-fed beef, but I'm not so sure actually, as long as for this beef. But as you can probably see, it looks really well, and that was actually the reason why I was not able to resist it. And I bought the beef. Besides this, I bought some starches, sweet potatoes, as you can probably see. I took a decision to have some starches for the next few days in a row, so if I'm able to do it, I'll probably throw a cooking video with some beef, some veggies and some starches. I also got me some antibiotic-free and hormone-free chicken, the one that I typically prefer to use. For the most part, I alternate between carbs and fats. The amounts of the protein that I consume stays the same, but not the types. When I have like fats, I'll go with more of a complete types of protein, and when I have some veggies and starches, such as in this situation, I'll probably go with mostly like lean cuts of meat. So the cool thing that I would like to show you is this veggie broth. This is organic veggie broth. I always wanted to get my hands on one of these, as I'm gonna use it as seasoning, probably, yeah, as a seasoning to my veggies or to my meats. As you probably already guessing, it's gluten-free, like soy-free and all the bad things basically. But on the other hand, it also contains a lot of sea salt, which is hell of a benefit in my personal opinion. You probably already know that I'm a huge fan of all kinds of sea salts. I guess this product is pretty salty. I already can tell by the smell, and I already can tell because of the smell. There is a rhyme as well. And I also bought me some spinach and some other like veggies that I typically prefer to consume with the starches and all that. So yeah, guys, this is basically everything I wanted to share with you in this video. This is basically everything I wanted to say. I really wanted to take this out of my system, as long as for the thing with the keyboard of my laptop and all that. Pretty soon I'll find the solution and keep you guys updated. Pretty soon I'll also upload another cooking video. Nowadays I started to incorporate more of green leafy veggies in my diet, and I basically figured out a way to consume stuff like broccoli and cauliflower with some additional amounts of prebiotics and all that. So yeah, I'm gonna wrap it up for now. I would like to thank you for watching this video. Please stay tuned for more. Have a nice one. Peace, and I'm out. And again, thank you for watching. I do not expect to like this video. I simply wanted to share those things with you. Peace.